Hello, plant people. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Don't forget to take care of yourself while you're taking care of your plants. Don't forget yourself, okay? Today is the first in a series on basic gardening, and so we're going to look at what plants actually need. Because bringing plants home, it's almost like bringing home some relative to stay with you for a while. You know, we need to know what we have to offer them before they come, not after they've come. You don't run around after the person arrives to figure out what they need. First of all, we look at what we have, and then we ask ourselves, does what I have fit into what the plants need? So what do plants need? Well, they need light, they need air, they need water, they need nutrients, and they need the right temperature. Those are the things that plants really need. Today we are going to concentrate on light because not every garden has the same amount of sunshine, does it, right? So you have to check your garden, and I would do this, a few times a year, spring, summer, and fall maybe, and just to check how the sun is shining, because the sun moves, right? Or at least the earth moves. So your sunlight is going to change by the hour. You're not going to have the same sunshine all the time. Now, when you go to check the lighting in your gardening area, you may need to make a map. If your place is big, you should make a map so that you can put the amount of sunshine that you find at each time of the day that you go to check it. So if you have a very small garden, you might not have to make a map. You can just keep the information in your head, probably. Okay, so make a map if you have a very large area. Now what I do is I check the sunshine in the early morning, noon, afternoon, and night, or late, in the evening. I usually do it, 4 times a day, check to see what kind of sunshine is in each place. And the reason we want to know where the sunshine is because if we're growing ornamentals only, there's different ornamentals. Some like sun and some like shade. So we don't want to put a shade-loving plant in the full sun. That's no good. It's going to die. And if we put a sun-loving plant in the shade, it won't do very well. So we need to put plants in the place that will be suitable for them, will make them happy. When it comes to vegetables, most vegetables like to be in full sun. There are a few that will tolerate shade, but they're not the interesting ones, that's for sure. Things like lettuce and pak choy and all those green things that nobody wants to eat. Okay, not nobody, but not very interesting vegetables will tolerate shade. Although, mind you, there is one tomato that will tolerate shade, and that is the tumbler. It produces quite nice, cherry tomato. Very nice, actually. I've grown that quite a bit. And you can still find seeds for it around. You have to look a little bit, special order maybe. But if you really want to grow tomatoes in the shade, I would go for either tumbler, or usually the cherry tomatoes will do quite a bit better in the shade than, your larger tomatoes. They need the energy of the sun to produce those big fruit, okay? Now, a lot of people want to have an ornamental garden in the front of their property and grow their vegetables in the back. That may not always work for you because the vegetable patch in the back may never get sun. There's trees, there's buildings, if you're on the wrong side of the street, your backyard may be quite shady. So you can either grow those not so interesting vegetables, or you could grow your vegetables in the front yard. This is something that a lot of my neighbors are doing now. When I go around the neighborhood, I see that people are growing vegetables in their front yards now. And you can make them look quite pretty too. So think about doing that. Mind you, there are some places where it's not allowed. If you have some kind of council, controlling your life, then they may not allow you to have vegetables in the front yard. So check on that before you do it. Okay, so now when we come to grow vegetables, even if the backyard is sunny, not the whole yard may be sunny at the same time. So, check and see which part of your garden is the best suited for growing vegetables, and that's where you will put your plot. If the plot is already there, maybe the person who put the plot there put it in a sunny place. But if it isn't in the sunniest place, then you just have to work with that, okay? So if you have only a shady place to grow vegetables, you have to be very careful about what you choose. Don't just go to the garden center and bring home whatever you feel like growing. Make sure you have stuff that will prosper in the shady garden that you have. Okay, so I think that is it for lighting. If you want to talk about ornamentals now, the shady garden, there's quite a few ornamentals that will take shade, so that's quite nice. And that's what you can do in your backyard if your backyard is shady. I think it works out well to have vegetables in the front because when you have visitors, you usually have them in the backyard. And then don't you want your ornamentals to be in? Your ornamental garden should be in the back where the visitors are sitting around. And then the front can look quite nice still, even though it's planted in vegetables. Okay, so next time we will talk about air for the vegetables, or for any kind of garden. And okay. Thanks for watching this one, and I will see you in the next. Bye for now.